These are one of our projects that we've just finished, the mechanical side. It's a Mark II, it's a very late car, it's a very late car. It's 1991, you can tell by the chassis number. So it was actually, the actual shell was actually made in 91. And was it the M? Actually no, sorry, it's the M. The M signifies that it was built in Wolfsburg. The M is the year. So what we've done to this has got 1.9 TDI, 90 horsepower out of the Mark III, engine code 1Z. It's totally standard at the moment. Just freshened it up. Just everything new, all the gaskets, all the seals, new clutch, flywheel. It's running an 02A gearbox with a Mark IV shifter and the selector inside, which you'll see in a minute. This car was a GTD, but it was a 75 horsepower one originally, so it didn't have the intercooler. We sourced the pipes and the intercooler and the cowling and the radiator and the coolant hoses with this extra scoop that ends up feeding the intercooler around the battery. There's like a cover that goes along here with something they call the comb, and it kind of feeds it, and it's not very efficient, but it's OEM. And to that standard, with the ECUs, mounted it up, sprayed it black. It's running a Mark III subframe with Mark III wide track wishbones, poly bushed. It's running 256s. It was originally running 239s. It's also running the Mark III ABS, which you can just about see there, hopefully. I think it's ends in the part number F, so it's got a something called, it wasn't traction control, as it was anti-slip, which was, I think it just works basically from 0 to well, not from 0, but works up to 20 miles an hour, and it's just sort of locks whatever wheel is spinning. It's not really very good. It's just so you can pick up from standstill. It's got a Passat B3 heat shield because it was missing one. It's running also the Mark III brake master cylinder, which is 23.5mm to match the rest of the system. What else? It's got a brand new dashboard. Some of these later cars, they came with a plastic dash which doesn't warp, doesn't sink or do any of that stuff, or crack. So it's quite good. Still got the original sticker on. The clocks, it's the original GTD clocks, and we just replaced the speedo so that it reads 220 instead of 200. Also, due to the ABS, we've also put the lights in there, the check light for the ABS in the vent. The OBD2 reader is behind here. You literally just pull it off. It's got a little, just sits there like that. Still need to put the clutch switch and the brake switch for the ECU on. This is for the central lock-in. It's also got the convenience on the barrel, so basically when the key's in, the electric windows will still work, with the radio still work. The ignition doesn't need to be on, the key just needs to be in the barrel. Once you remove the key from the barrel, then it stops, it doesn't work. What else? And there's the selector, which is at the right height, so when you put the cover on and the cowling, it doesn't, sometimes you can again mount these very high, and then you can't fit the boot back over it and stuff, so yeah, it fits. It's a nice shift. This car is actually quite a strange car, because it being a later car, the door cards also are plastic. They're not that card that kind of gets water damage and warps and gets all soft at the bottom. They're actually plastic plastic door cards covered in material. I mean, this looks like a normal door, but I noticed it's actually got crash bars. You can see there, and the crash bar inside. This model actually came with, as it being a late car, came with like Mark III side impact bars in the doors. We also just fitted a standard 2 1/4 16 valve exhaust system, just one box. It, due to be a diesel, doesn't need 2 boxes. It's quiet. The car came on these cheap coilovers. We're just gonna he's gonna remove them and just put a set of Bilstein B12s. He's not really worried about stance, or just wants a car that does handle as well and is usable. That's it really, and the airbox is missing. That's should be here any day now. Actually, we actually got a box that actually fits. It's a Mark II style box off a Seat, and it actually holds this, and it just looks all very OEM. What else can I say? It's a unique colour, as in it's a VW colour, but it's quite a hard colour to come by. All original. That's it really. So it's off to the paint shop today to get painted, and maybe we'll show when it's back from the paint shop and it's back together again. We'll show you the finished product, maybe like 6 months time or so. How it's looked and how it's progressed, and the set of wheels. I think the customer actually wants a set of steel rims. I think the G60s 15 by 6J wheels, so it just looks OEM plus. He's not really looking for a whole lot of attention. He still hasn't decided if he's going to go skinny bumper or big bumper. These cars here, even though it was a 91, they were still skinny bumper, these cars. So I think he's aiming for just skinny GTI bumpers, maybe, it being a GTD. Yeah, he's got GTI skinny bumpers with a redline grille and a GTD badge on it. I think is the way he's going to go, because even the seats, they're going to be repaired and cleaned and valeted. And actually this is a GTI seat, but with a non-GTI pattern. So and the seats at the rear also 60-40 split. So that's going to get done. I think the headlining has been done already, so it just needs the door cards to match this seat material. It's got new carpets put in, soundproof it, all dynamat the back out, the floors, the doors, the lower half of the doors, the wheel arches on the inside, along here. It's got new carpet for in here. And that's it. I mean, this car actually came with air conditioning, but the dash was all cracked. There was also no condenser, no dryer, no pipes. The wiring was an absolute mess in this car. All the wiring has been changed from stock. The headlight loom, everything, literally. It's all been replaced and modified. It's kind of a Mark III, Mark II hybrid stuff. And that's it really. I think the only things I can say really, it's a shame it hasn't got the airbox. You can see with the airbox finished, but apart from that, this is it. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll update you on the Mark III PD project actually in the next week or two. Alright, cheers.